Hi, I'm Susan.
I'm Hillary.
And I'm Matt.
And you're watching Word of Mouth.
Let the forest take you away.
I saw Cirque Dreams, Jungle Fantasy, and it was awesome.
It was very entertaining, and what these people can do with their bodies is totally unbelievable.
It was one of the best acrobatic performance shows that I've seen in a long time.
It was really good. It was really good. It wasn't your typical Broadway show. If you're looking for a Broadway show, this isn't really it. But the acrobats were phenomenal.
The opening scene, which is a fantastic jump rope scene, where I have to mention there's one guy on the ground in a push-up position, two guys crawl on top of his back, and they're swinging a jump rope, and he's jumping off the ground with two guys on his back with his hands.
These guys are doing backflips over the jump ropes, and you got a guy jumping a jump rope inside the jump rope. It was very cool.
They take this fellow out of the audience, and he supposedly is, well, first they do take a real person out of the audience, then they take this guy, and obviously when he can do the backflip, you know that he's part of the show. And then he goes into the jungle, and Mother Nature tells him to, dream his dreams and his fantasies, and so he goes through and he sees all the different animals and the flowers and, that sort of thing.
There was a juggling act during the show, much better than what I'm doing. There was a guy dressed like a frog, and he was bouncing like 6 or 8 balls at the same time.
I found the lizard contortionist women to be amazing. They can do things that you just think are impossible.
They seemed almost liquid or snake-like. I was wondering if they had spines or if they were just, complete rubber. People were doing trapeze-type performances where they're hanging upside down, and somebody's hanging by 1 foot and somebody else is hanging by their pinky finger off of that person that's hanging by 1 foot. It's just absolutely crazy. They'll throw each other in the air, and then the person will be falling and their feet will lock together and they'll catch them before they hit the ground. Just super awesome circus stuff.
The first half is the jungle by day, and before and after each acrobatic segment, a woman who was supposed to be Mother Nature comes on and sings a little song.
The second act was the jungle at night, and they turned black lights on, and everyone's costumes were just, this material that just glows under the black light.
There is a little bit of a plot in the sense that it's a way, I think, to string together otherwise disparate acrobatic acts.
It was sort of a contrived story. Show me the acrobats, show me the people doing the juggling and everything like that. You don't have to put in the fake story with Mother Nature and the adventurer going around. That really took away from it.
There was really no reason for the balancing artists to be giraffes, but it was kind of fun that they were the giraffes.
What they did is they took like this tubular cylinder out, and one guy got on one half and the other guy on the other half, and they were doing a balancing act. And I'm like, wow, that's very impressive. Suddenly the journey guy, the guy who kind of was led through the whole play, hands them like a coffee table looking stool. And they set this on top of the balancing board that they're on. And they get on top of that table, and he sends them up another table. Pretty soon they're like 4 tables up. They're balancing. The thing is like rolling back and forth, shaking like crazy.
There's a guy who performs in a big hoop and rolls over himself on the stage. And it's cool to watch, but you kind of wonder, at what point did he say, I'm going to make as my life's goal performing on stages around the world in a big hoop?
And then there's this fellow who's dressed as a tree who's playing the violin, that he's a very talented violinist, but I sort of didn't know what he had to do with anything.
I went with my 2 8-year-old boys, and a couple of years ago tried to take them to see the circus at Madison Square Garden, and they didn't really enjoy it. It was too big, and there was too much going on, too noisy, and this they loved.
Overall, I would highly recommend this to families, to anyone looking for a night of fun, a night of being amazed and thrilled.
You know, for me, I'm really more of a playgoer, that I like to go to a play and think about the play. This was something that was entertaining and beautiful to watch, and certainly something that a family could go to see with no problem whatsoever.
Be prepared to be thrilled, be prepared to be amazed, maybe a little nervous at times for these performers, but it was a fun show and great for the family.
If you need